Lauren had mentioned, I think it was you, Lauren, what they don't tell you in engineering is that you will make mistakes. And mistakes are part of the process. And I thought it was a good quote by you. It's not a question of your value. It's I made a mistake. I am not a mistake. So, and I'm quoting you, I believe, Lauren. And so what do you feel, first of all, let's get a little more feedback from you on that, Lauren. And also, do men necessarily, and I'm open to the audience too, if they want to ask questions or just give me their feedback, do men feel that way? Do they feel like when they make a mistake, do women take it as like more seriously, or what's your perspective?
Sure. I can't really speak to the male perspective, just what people tell me, but, maybe it could be something because, when you are one of a few, you feel like maybe you're carrying the weight of the whole team behind you. So like, I'm one female engineer. If I look bad, then maybe it makes female engineers look bad. So you might have this subconscious weight on you when you're like, oh, I made a mistake. Now they're going to think I think I'm like incompetent, but I'm an incompetent woman. I'm not just an incompetent engineer. Like, so you might like add more to it. But yeah, I think the mistakes are good for you. Maybe make them early. Make all your mistakes as early as possible so you can learn as much as you can early on. Because you're growing more in your mistakes than you are in your successes, I would say.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. So Elise, any comments to that about the experience of men and women and mistakes and how they're recognized or not, if they just go with the flow, or if they're highlighted because you're a female?
Well, when I was beginning as a designer and engineer, I made a lot of mistakes. I make fewer now, thank goodness, because of experience. And I never had a manager blow up with me and say, oh, you just blew it because you were female. So I was lucky that I had very supportive management. But I also saw other female engineers that when they made a mistake, they would basically go in the bathroom and cry because they felt so worthless. It really affected their self-esteem. And you have to be a little more tough when you're working as an engineer. And I think that's true, quite frankly, if you're a woman working in any industry, you can't take certain things personally because they're not personal.